I was sitting here and I was like, I feel like I can teach y'all crypto in a really simplistic way. Or even any type of day trading, because I do a lot of day trading more so than longevity trading. So with that, you have to look at stuff in a certain way, right? It depends on what you're trying to do, where you're trying to go, and where you're trying to be. So like I always will inform people to find a good exchange to actually do the trading at. They do have apps that you can use, like crypto.com, Beyonce, Coinbase, but even with those, make sure you're using like the exchange version of those apps and not so much the app version if you're day trading. Now, if you're just holding stuff, the regular app will suffice, but if you want to day trade, definitely get an exchange one so you can be able to have indicators and be able to see stuff move, and it's a little cheaper to trade and different things like that. Or you can always go to if you're doing stock, or some places do crypto like Fidelity and all those. If you want to do something like that as well, because they do offer some good rates for trading. Okay, so now that that is out the way for how you go about getting trading, getting the account that you need to do, you need to create an account for these companies or for these apps, and then you need to deposit money into it. Now, before we deposit money into our account, I like to tell people to look at the crypto or stock market for at least a week. Deep dive into it for a week. Look at how a lot of the stuff is moving. Look at a lot of what it's doing. Understand the coin. Understand the stock. The stock that you're about to buy into. You kind of can see the pattern that it will start to emulate, and then you can get a better understanding of what to watch for, which coins, which stock to pay attention to, what to look forward to. So I'm going to teach y'all just a couple little things to look out for when trading that can help you with having a better outcome. Okay, I gotta make this quick, so this is going to be like 2 to 3 minutes, and I think it should help. So first, we go get some indicators. We go see the Bollinger Band. We gonna do that, some BB work. So y'all see how these two blue bands are coming about, right? To me, this look like it's a hold on. It looked like it's a whale in a sense, right? You ever heard people say the whale in the sea? It looked like a whale, and it being a whale is a good time to buy for me. That's what that means. If I see a whale looking shape, fish shape like this, that means that this is a good time to buy into this particular market. So this is that whale. And you see how it's closing in, starting to close in at the tip? That means that whale is about to probably close in. So you want to buy in while it's closing in so that it can come back out and extend back out like you see over here. So if we was to extend this, it was a slight little streamline happen, but here go with the other whale that was there. You see, and then it just created a streamline effect. But yeah, buy in on the end of the whale, because that's the time to buy in the most. It might streamline for the next who knows how long, right? But it's other indicators we can look at to see what else may be playing along with this, right? So I got it on a 15-minute view. Because I'm day trading, I like to look at the 15-minute view, the hour view, and the day view. Those are my three top. Sometimes I throw the 30 and 45 here and there. So the next indicator I like to add is the MACD. And you see here, this is letting you know when to also kind of like buy into it. So you see how this orange and blue line is kind of riding above everything. See, that's a good sign for gaining money, gaining percentage. But that's not the best time to buy into it. The best time to buy into something like this is when it's coming down like it is now, or let me see if I can get this to come over. If it's streamlining. Oh, it's hard to do it. See, I'm doing this on my phone, so it's kind of hard to navigate it. But if it's streamlining like it is doing here, see, if it's streamlining, that's a good time to buy. I like to call that the lake effect. When everything is like calm and collected and it's trying to collect everything. So that's a good time to buy into it. But as you see, when it start lifting up, when these knots start twisting and turning lighter, that means that it's a possibility for a reversal of that. So that means that instead of it being red like it is, it can reverse to green. Now we got to go to the volume, which is in this middle section right here. And that will let you know also like how much people are invested into this particular crypto at the time. So if that volume is going up, that means there's a lot of trading happening. That means it's pumping, it's busy, and that might be a good time to get you some quick coins real fast, right? But don't get stuck because it's moving fast either. I like to buy in before the move, because if you buy in while it's moving, it's a good chance you are not going to get the full benefit you can have with trading. So you want to catch it before it moves. So that's why it's good to look at the patterns and see what been happening that day. For the past few hours, you can kind of get a grasp of what may be happening. And also, if you know the coin, you know like enough about it in the sense of how much it trades up a lot, what is average amount it like to trade up and go down. You can kind of know when to buy into that coin to get you some coins, right? Okay, so another indicator, because I gotta really go, is the RSI, and this is what I like to call the shovel. This is what you can tell when it's time they about to start scooping up some stuff. So you see how it's pointing downward like this? That's the shovel effect right there. That means it's trying to scoop up all of this extraness. Now we trying to see what is the trajectory of what everything is about to do. Now if you play sports, you understand, like, or do anything that's physical to get to one point to the next, you got to understand trajectory. You can kind of see where the pinpoint of where it may go because of how much you see where it's going almost. You see like, oh, that might hit over there because of the angle, the arch of what's happening. But that arc also depends on the volume, right? You can't get a lot of arc if the volume is low. So if you want a bigger arc, a higher arc, a quicker arc, you need a higher volume. You need more in there. So right now it's on a shuffle effect. It is laying low. The volume not super high right now. It's probably going to hit average as it been over the past hour it seemed. And but I have a feeling that it's going to scoop back up, because you see where it's at. It's going to scoop back up probably around 12.1. Just because of how it been stacking its average of volume, and I can tell people is watching this as well. And then another thing you can check out, let me see if I can get to it from here. I like to use this as well as a analyzation of how much this coin is moving. Like if it's moving a lot, like it's kind of doing, this is not like a fast moving coin right now. This is, it's average, but that means that it has some motion, so that's a good thing. And that means that it has a chance to go up or down. which means it's very volatile as well. But I like volatile coins with day trading because that's how I get my coins, is it by it being volatile. If it's just at a standstill, I can't do nothing about that because that's gonna take forever, unless it's something that's kind of like have a small amount of volume, something that don't have a lot of supply. If the supply is low, then sometimes I like to buy into those because it don't take much for it to jump up. But when the supply is bigger, I want to use, I don't want to, I want it to move a little more so that it can actually move up with me, so I can get my coins. Y'all got it? Okay. So yeah, that's just all I want to say. This is just a basic account of what I have, but it's nothing to, I ain't gonna show y'all my stuff for real, but I just want y'all to see, like, this is what it's doing. Let's see it. This Bollinger Band, you see, it's creating a well effect right there. You see, I already had bought into this a while ago, like all the way back there. So like I got all that gains there. I'm waiting for it to hit a certain mark for me to get out of here. But based off of how it's going, I can see another mark coming. But now it's starting to straight out the well effect. Let me look at some other indicators to kind of help me determine what I should do next. The volume at 15 ain't too bad. Let me look at the hour view, because that 15-minute is not telling me the full story that I need to know right now. So let me look at this hour view, and it's looking actually really similar between the hour view and the 15-minute view. So that's interesting. It's a little divvies, like you can see that it's a smoother edge at the bottom. So that means that I can see that hour view taking off because of this little point here. I see that little shovel effect, and I can see that taking off again up here somewhere. So yeah, that's what I see. But that's the point of the game. It's fun. Don't make it so strenuous. Don't make it so stressful. That's why use something small. Use $100 and play with the $100 where you're not mad at losing it. And then, you know, add more to the pot. Also, speaking of pot, make sure you don't get caught up in a honey pot. That's also very important, because that can take your money altogether, because now you can't take the money out. But if you're using good crypto exchanges, more popular ones, you wouldn't have that issue so much where your money gets stuck into a honeypot. So yeah, definitely if you want to sign up for like crypto.com like I have here, I will be posting my link, and I think they give a little something too for joining with my link. So I would also be adding that to there if you want something that is reliable and you want to get started in doing crypto. But yep, everybody, S. Dot coming y'all with a quick. That was just a real quick crypto knowledge. I can give more. Let me know if y'all want more. That's up to y'all. All right, until next time.